A few months ago, I made a video to Jeff Cavaliere, also known as Athlean-X's Hardgainer eating meal plan video. I was enticed to make the video because I saw numerous issues with the diet plan that seems to be very easily suggested among the big names in the fitness industry, hence creating this bro type of knowledge that could be very impressionable to those who actually want to get healthy and in shape for the long term, of course. The individuals who follow a meal plan that is similar to the one that Athlean-X provides is only a meal plan that will lead to a future that is going to be riddled with disease and sickness. If we do a quick look over of this Hardgainer meal plan example, we can see there is quite a bit of issues with this sample meal plan. In particular, this meal plan includes loads of saturated fat, dietary cholesterol, heterocyclic amines, group 1 carcinogens, group 2 carcinogens, mammalian estrogen hormones, and a whole bunch of other disease-inducing substances. As I stated previously, I made a video on this. I'll put a card up here and I'll put a link in the description box down below. Feel free to check that video out. I put all sorts of good shit in there, so check it out if you want. That being said, I received a request from a viewer asking for a healthy Hardgainer meal plan, so here I am to make it. And let's get into it. To begin, let me preface all this with the fact that this is just an example. This is not a prescription. It should be also noted that everyone has a different TDEE, total daily energy expenditure, so everyone will require a different amount of calories on a daily basis. I also don't recommend intermittent fasting when following a protocol that is similar to this one, as getting in all those calories within a time-restricted period will be very difficult if you are a Hardgainer. With all that said, I'm going to make this meal plan as fitting as possible to the typical male Hardgainer who is following a solid, legitimate lifting program such as mine. Check that shit out if you want to make some serious strength and muscle gains. In regards to women, don't worry, I have you covered as well. Just ensure to watch to the end. I'm going to have a complete analysis of everything to include the total amount of calories, macronutrients, and micronutrients. So, without further ado, let's get into it. If your oatmeal bowl looks something like this, you're in the wrong, bro. You're setting yourself up for failure. Your oatmeal bowl should look something like this. It should be massive.
That's what she said.
Your oatmeal bowl should be massive but delicious at the same time. The purpose of this bowl is to get in as many calories as possible in the beginning of your day while also getting plenty of nutrients in your body, such as your essential omega-3 fatty acids and other nutrients. So let's run down the list. We got 2 servings of oatmeal, 1 serving of blueberries, 2 tablespoons of grounded flax seeds, 1 tablespoon of grounded chia seeds, 1 medium-sized banana, 1 ounce of walnuts, 1 ounce of dates, and for extra credit, if you want, a tablespoon of pure date syrup. If you want to sweeten up your oatmeal, you don't have to add the date syrup, but if you're a person who's got like a sweet tooth, or if you like your oatmeal to be a little bit on the sweeter side, a simple, just 1 tablespoon of date syrup will sweeten it up right for you, and you'll have your delicious sweet bowl of oatmeal. On the side of this bowl of deliciousness, add 2 slices of Ezekiel toast with a whole avocado spread between the 2 pieces of toast. Sprinkle a pinch of salt, and you'll be on your way to victory, my friend. Let's keep trucking along. You know you're a Hardgainer if there's a shake thrown somewhere in the middle of your meal plan, so of course I'm gonna add one. So here are the ingredients. 2 servings of soy milk or whichever plant-based milk of your choice, with the exception of coconut milk due to the high amounts of saturated fat, 1 serving of spinach, 1 serving of kale, 1 serving of strawberries, 1 serving of ground chia seeds, 1 medium banana, and half a scoop or about 15 grams of rice or whichever plant-based protein you like, of your desired flavor. I add this to my shakes every single day just to add a little bit of flavor. Plus it also gives me a little bit of protein, or a few extra grams, so it's kind of a win-win. This would also be a great time to add some creatine to your shake if you do take creatine, because usually creatines come in like certain little fruity flavors, so it adds a nice little taste to your shake. But it's not necessary. I don't necessarily recommend it, but if you want to, do it. If you don't want to, don't. I mean, it's good either way. So put all these ingredients into a blender, blend that shit up, drink, win, moving on. This meal will probably be your lightest meal, but a tasty one to say the least. The ingredients for this meal will be 3 whole wheat tortillas, 2 servings of black beans, or whichever beans you prefer, about half of a green, red, yellow, or orange pepper chopped into pieces, about a quarter of a red onion chopped and diced into pieces, half of a tomato diced into small pieces as well too, and 6 tablespoons of salsa. Now, it doesn't have to be exactly 6 tablespoons of salsa. That's just about a good estimate. If you want a little less, a little more, have at it. The pepper, onion, and tomato can all be diced and mixed together. And if you want some extra credit, add a cloved minced garlic, some chopped cilantro leaves, a little bit of lime, and you'll have yourself a very delightful pico de gallo to add to your ready scrumptious bean burritos. Believe me, do the extra credit. You'll thank me later. This is a step up from what I call the poor man's dinner of rice and beans due to the quinoa substitution. This is a very simple meal plan that essentially just consists of 2 servings of quinoa, 2 servings of garbanzo beans, or whichever beans you prefer, and 1 giant sweet potato. And when I say giant sweet potato, I mean at least this big, around about 600 grams of sweet potato or more. Not that little pansy shit that you see on commercials or whatever. No, it should be a giant sweet potato. Add spices and seasonings such as turmeric, cumin, cayenne pepper, oregano, parsley, etc. for more flavor and nutrients. Bake, boil, or microwave the sweet potato, and you'll be all set for this meal. This snack here is your dessert, so I recommend different fruits from what you were consuming earlier in the day. For example, my favorite fruits that I love to consume are grapes, mangoes, pineapples, kiwis, and tangerines. But you go with whatever fruits satisfies your palate. And that's about it, guys. Easy, right? Oh, let's check out chronometers so we can have a look-see at the numbers so we have a better understanding. So here are all the food items. Pause if you find it necessary. The total calories for this sample healthy Hardgainer meal plan is just under 4,000 calories. Now, if you find it necessary to consume more calories than this, don't worry, I'll cover that here in a bit. So as we look at the macronutrient split of this healthy Hardgainer meal plan, we have about 67% of calories coming from carbohydrate, 20% of calories coming from fat, and another 12% of calories coming from protein. Now hold on here a second. Only 12% of calories are coming from protein? There's no way you're gonna make gains on that little amount of protein. You better go get yourself some gains and vase to make up for this protein deficiency, brah.
Gains and vase, baby, train without the pain of pain. Yeah, 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 oh yeah, son, watch out, yeah.
Intake of protein is determined by your total mass and the amount of activity you are doing on a daily basis. If you're training and in a caloric deficit, your daily protein requirement increases. Now, if you're in a gaining phase, your protein requirements are going to be much lower. This is mainly because your body will not use protein as a main energy source, since your body will be more reliant on fats and carbohydrates. The maximum amount of protein a strength athlete will need is about 0.75 grams of protein per pound of mass. So if we look at the total amount of protein for this meal plan, we have a respectable 140 grams of protein, which is more than enough for the typical hard gainer, as this is what most hard gainers weigh around. It's usually around this 140 pound, 150 pound range, which is definitely just fine for this amount of protein. A little bit of an unveiling effect there, wasn't it? I just unintentionally dispelled the "where do you get your protein on a vegan diet" myth. Well, there you go in case anyone asks you. So as we proceed down our chronometer exploration to the micronutrient section, we can see all the vitamins and minerals have been met and even exceeded, with the exception of vitamin D. And what in the fuck is the professor doing on my chronometer page, and where's his shirt? I think we can fix that though. Much better. Back to what I was saying previously, the requirements for vitamin D was not met on this diet, and that is because vitamin D is created by your body from sunlight, so it is not necessary to consume unless you are lacking sun exposure. And just to be safe, these red indicators are just showing too much consumption of a certain vitamin or mineral. This healthy hard gainer meal plan shows an excess consumption of folate and manganese. But this is nothing to worry about, as folate is a water-soluble B vitamin that is easily filtered by the kidneys and peed out of your body if consumed in excess, and no adverse effects have been reported from folate-rich foods, according to the Food and Nutrition Board at the National Academies of Science. So, no worries there. Manganese toxicity from food consumption alone has never ever been reported either, and besides, other minerals like magnesium and calcium decrease the bioavailability of manganese, so again, this is nothing to worry about at all. So that about wraps it up for this healthy hard gainer meal plan. And in regards to women, which I did not forget about you ladies, if you follow a legitimate training program and you happen to be a hard gainer, all you have to do is take away about 1,500 calories, maybe 1,000 calories from this meal plan, as I did here, and bada bing, bada boom, you will be all set to start making some awesome muscle and strength gains. And as a final note, in regards to gaining mass, I don't recommend you just use the scale as the sole indicator to measure how much lean mass you have gained over a period of time, but rather use your performance in the gym or in the field. And it's real simple. All you have to do is ask yourself one question. Are you getting stronger, and are you able to handle more work volume than you did before, and are you able to do it efficiently? If the answer is yes, then great, keep eating the way you're doing. If the answer is no, then add more calories in the form of fruit or healthy omega-3 fatty acids. I recommend fruit because they are loaded with fiber, carbohydrates, vitamins, minerals, and phytonutrients. Everything your body needs to get you jacked as fuck. If you don't want to eat any more fruit, then I recommend you eat foods that are higher in the omega-3 fatty acids, because people typically consume too much foods that are high in omega-6 fatty acids, and omega-6 fatty acids are pro-inflammatory. And if you get that ratio too far off, your omega-6 to omega-3 ratio, you can inhibit the production of EPA and DHA, and then you become inflamed. And if, as a quick note, if you look at Jeff's sample hard gainer meal plan, I calculated, and I was very conservative with the numbers, a ratio of about 23.3 to 1, the omega-6 to omega-3 ratio. So it was way off, very pro-inflammatory, whereas mine is about 2.3 to 1. So my healthy hard gainer meal plan is definitely much more ideal than something like that. So there you go. I hope this answered any questions to any hard gainers out there who are struggling to put on some good lean mass. You've got this example to bounce off some of your own ideas, and please don't be afraid to modify this as you see fit, whether you're adding calories, more fruit, more omega-3s, whatever the case may be. You do what you gotta do, but please make sure to let me know what you think in the comment sections down below. Are you a hard gainer? Are you a vegan or plant-based hard gainer? If you're not, what are you waiting for? You're missing out on some serious gains, and you're doing yourself a disservice, the animals a disservice, and you're doing the planet a disservice. So just make the transition already. Believe me, you're not gonna regret it. Let me know what you think in the comment sections down below. But of course, in the meantime, if you could please do your boy a favor, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. If you're new to the channel, you know what you gotta do. Make sure you subscribe so I can keep you updated on the weekly. I'm the Natural Hux. I wanna thank you for watching. Please stay tuned for the next one.